Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I do have the car on because it's hot here in Florida. It is hot. Okay, so today I wanted to continue and do the life lesson for 2 Corinthians 9 and 10. If you haven't listened to the chapter, both chapters, go back and listen to it really quick. I did a little montage of our trip that we went to see the La Sagrada Familia. We went to Barcelona, had a great time. It was actually through a Disney cruise, and we did the Mediterranean cruise that ended up in Barcelona, Spain. It was wonderful. We totally loved it. So go check it out. We have a little bit of footage of the La Sagrada Familia, which was amazing. It was beautiful. The architectural, they're still working on construction but there's some laws that are preventing from getting it completed. That was the first question that we had, like, why isn't it done yet? This was built back in 1400s and it's still not being built. But it was a very interesting story. The sad part about all that was that tour guide, she was saying that in Spain there's not many believers there. It has gone down. So it's such a beautiful building and showing almost, it's like showing different times of, like, the Bible, like in the front. I'll see if I can put a picture up. It had like the story of Jesus on one. The other side had like Christmas, rejoice, and it has different parts of it. It's really beautiful. And they said that throughout the years, religion has come down, and it's so crazy to be part of doing tour guides and watching this beauty in front of you. It's almost like the Bible in front of you. How the sculptures are made, it's incredible. And to think that there's not many believers around, or there's less believers around, it's like really, really sad. It's just like a history book for them. It's just a history building. So it's really sad, because we don't, going all the way over there to Spain, we feel that wherever we live, that's how the world is, and it really isn't. There's so many different parts of the world that just lack faith in God and believing in something. Like, I can't imagine living life without holding on to something that can give us peace. It blows my mind. But anyways, let's get into the life lesson for 9 and 10. They were both shorts, that's why I kind of combined them. But let's begin. Okay, so I hope the air conditioning doesn't affect the sound, but here we go. So we have life lesson 2 Corinthians 10, because there wasn't one for 9, but I think it wraps up all in one. Corinthians 10, 1 through 18. Situation. So Paul learned that certain rival preachers had succeeded in their attempt to discredit him before a few Corinthian Christians. Paul responded to the charges and accusations raised by them. He warned them he would exercise strict discipline if that became necessary. Observation. God gives spiritual leaders to provide order and direction. Be sure to uphold and respect these leaders. Inspiration. We sometimes think that power comes only through aggressive self-promotion, but Jesus made it clear that this was not so. He explained to his disciples very bluntly that power and authority in his kingdom is based on servanthood. Dee Jepson, who served as an assistant to her husband, a U.S. senator, quickly became aware of the power-hungry atmosphere of Washington, D.C. Political wheeling and dealing was the name of the game. And we're going through something like that right now. Some crazy stuff. All right. Always with an eye of gaining influence with high-ranking officials. Jesus' message of servanthood seemed entirely out of place, until one day when Dee observed an honored guest visit to the city. The unimportance of sophistication was brought home to me, she writes. At a Capitol Hill luncheon for Mother Teresa, in came this tiny woman, even smaller than I had expected, wearing that familiar blue and white habit over it, a gray sweater that had seen many days, better days, which she wore again to the White House the next day. As the little woman walked into the room, her bare feet and worn sandals, I saw some of the most powerful leaders in this country stand to their feet with tears in their eyes just to be in her presence. As I listened that afternoon, I thought, don't forget this, Dee. Here is this little woman who doesn't want a thing, never asked for anything of herself, for herself, never demanded anything or shook her fist in anger. Here's real power. It was a paradox. She has reached down into the gutter and loved and given. She has loved those the world sees as unlovable. The desolate, the dying, because they are created in the image of the God she serves. Ironically seeking nothing for herself, she has been raised to the pinnacle of world recognition, received the Nobel Peace Prize, and is a figure known to most people, at least in the Western world, and revered by many. She has nothing, yet in a strange way, she has everything. From Stories of Faith by Ruth A. Tucker. Application. Participate in conversation that encourage and build up leaders rather than criticize or demean them. If you have a legitimate complaint, go directly to the leader before you complain to others. What can we do? I feel like it's discipline. God gives us discipline, and in our lives we have that choice to do the right thing. I think it boils down to that, doing the right thing, taking the easy road, caring or not caring is just, it takes more out of us to find love instead of criticizing people. And there is such a balance. There is a balance, because you don't want to be over here and give. And I'm not sure if she had some reciprocation or if it was just God blessing her in her life, and that was enough for her to feel, I'm going to continue, this is my goal, I'm going to do whatever it takes to love everyone. And then you have people that are on the stricter side, with the strict side of like, no, this person can't get away with that. I can't believe this person did this, and I can't believe this person, showing no mercy. And it's not, I believe the goal is to go, this is a unique lady. Mother Teresa was a unique lady, but I think our goal is to get closer to be somewhere in the middle, to always aim to do better, not stay and make excuses to I'm gonna stay the way that I am because that's just me. I'm not gonna change. It's just got to be more open, but at the same time, I feel like that's something that you have to connect, and God has to guide you in different scenarios and different situations, just like it's happened with, with Peter and the letters. It's just, he has this maybe nurturing or more tender approach to, but it's still discipline. It's still telling the church, hey, this is not appropriate. This is something that we should work on, without having the slamming of the fist and saying this must happen. You can get further when you, with a more gentle approach. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think we let our little pride get to us, and I feel that's when we become like, we just want to attack in an aggressive approach instead of a gentle approach. So I pray that whoever is dealing with this, or battling with how to approach, how to be more gentle, less aggressive, I pray for you, for God to give you that peace, that nudge, for God to speak to you, and for him to speak you through this particular chapter, to show you that it can be done. You can be respected, even if it's a gentle. And you know what? If they don't respect you, then our main purpose is to follow what to obey God. And as long as you're obeying a God, then that's where you need to go. So I pray that the Lord will guide you in the right direction and will give you the right tools to move along in life for your situation, your specific situation. So I hope you guys have a great day and a great week, and I hope to see you next time.